Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of the Golden Nuggets podcast. Today, my name is Hanafi. We don't have Nazrin. He's not behind the camera. But as usual, we do have Ame, who is the main host of the show. And today's guest, I think it's very special. I think this is the first time we're having someone of this profile, right? Ame?
Yeah.
Yeah, you want to describe how she's like, because I think it's very unique.
Yeah.
What does she do for a living, I mean? Before we introduce her to the audience.
Okay, so today we have Elfin, and Elfin actually is the founder of Start Studio, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, and also she's using art as a form of therapy for mainly children, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So, hi, Elfin.
Hello.
Welcome to the show.
Yes, thank you. I'm glad I'm here.
For those of you, for those of the listeners who don't know you yet, maybe you can just give us a brief description about who you are. Who is Elfin?
Right. Hi, I'm Elfin. I'm actually the founder of Start Studio, and Start Studio is at Bukit Timah Plaza. So it's outwardly look like a normal art school, but we actually do more than art.
Okay.
So I call it therapeutic art because it's not just a place whereby children just come and do art or learn art. We use art as a tool to help children to calm their body firstly, to relax their mind. So it's just like us, sometimes when tired, we go for massage. Children, when they're tired, let's come and do art. So what happened is, we actually have, we use art as a tool, combined with growth art strategies, as well as the therapeutic art, and also the growth mindset, to help children in their emotional well-being. So help them in their nurturing their confidence and their resilience. So I call that like helping the children to thrive, to be successful. It goes back to their emotional well-being.
Okay. Wow. I mean, like Hanafi mentioned, it's very interesting because we have never. Maybe we have heard about it, like using art as a form of therapy, but this is the first time we speak to someone who have this as a business and also as a background. Maybe can you share with the listeners like a bit about your background, like who is Elfin before founding Start Studio?
Right. Maybe I just thought to clarify, I don't really do, well, okay, psychologists say that mine is already a form of therapy, but I don't do art therapy. So mine is using practical counselling, helping children.
Practical counselling.
Practical counselling. So it's combining with coaching, practical counselling to draw the child out so that we can help them.
Okay. Yeah. And what was your background? Like, what were you doing before this?
Right, I've done a lot.
Haven't we all?
Okay, but connecting to education and helping children it started with actually my own daughter. My daughter is already 22. Okay. So I've been all the while has been actually helping children and youth in mentoring youth in the church basis, helping children, like mentor them to help them to be their best friend, so called. So that has been my background. But then after I gave birth to my daughter, I wanted to, for some reason, mom's nature. I just thinking of like what are the ways to nurture her I want her to be best, right? So I really find all kind of things that is able to help her. Okay. So education starts from there. So I went on to start a enrichment school. I went on to start a childcare, and that one was more towards helping children in their cognitive. My goal at those time, right, was I want the children, like because their brain are so
like a sponge.
Yeah, exactly. So I believe that what I believe was if we give them the environment, we give them the right nurturing, we give them the right space, the children will be able to learn so well that learning is going to be so easy for them for life. So that was my idea before. Like I wanted the children to have a very easy life in their learning journey when they grow up. And what's best way is to do it when they're young. So because they got no stress when they're learning. And then once we make the learning so fun for them, right? They will be like having fun plus learning so much, and it's like so naturally they become so good. So that's why I become like octopus, finding all kind of material to help children in growing, in learning. And so I became a principal of a childcare for close to 13 years. Subsequently, I sold the business, and then my childcare was actually award-winning. A lot of awards.
Wow.
So subsequently,
is it okay to share the name or something?
it was my Smart Baby before, which is an enrichment school.
Okay.
Then I saw it as a Smart Kids Educare childcare.
Okay.
But then I saw it lah. So they changed the brand. And then so after that, I actually worked for a multinational company like Kitty Winky, which is a premier childcare.
Yeah.
And then I also worked with My Champs as a principal. And subsequently, I worked with MOE Kindergarten as a center head.
Wow.
So this is
interesting.
This is where all my experience is.
I see.
Working with children, with parents. So I know how children. I think because my knowledge in child development and my knowledge in child psychology, and once I know how children are learning, so I basically put all this together in my current business now. And plus, I've been doing art all the while.
Okay.
So it's like just beautifully, I combine my strength, combine my passion in this business in helping children.
Okay. We had a childcare principal before, right? And I think like she didn't mention, because she's more from a consultant point of view.
Right.
But I think she didn't mention about her background in terms of what she learned. Like for you, what exactly did you learn to become a principal to a childcare center?
Right. In Singapore, to be a licensed principal, you basically just go and take the cert.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you just need to take the early childhood education teaching as a teaching course.
And that is a diploma or degree?
Diploma.
Okay.
But that one only for to be like teacher, right?
Teacher, correct.
Okay.
And there are many ways to become a teacher in Singapore now.
Okay.
So, to be early childhood teacher, I mean. And then after that, you study to become the principal, which means you take another degree, another diploma to become a principal.
Okay.
And for me, I ran on to take a degree in early childhood. Then I took a master's in social development and community leadership.
So these are your experience.
Then for my practical counselling, it comes in with, because of the church mentoring work that I do, so we took up a certificate in practical counselling.
Okay.
Yeah, and I did lead the youth for like 10 over years. Yeah. And then with my art, I do NAFA certificates in Western art. And
wow.
Oh, you're certified for that also.
Yes, exactly. So then I does a lot of painting, and in my grassroots activities, I always lead art activity. I even have an art club, like a community art club that I set up for 15 years. So these are all like the past experiences that I put together.
Wow.
Okay, so just now I think you shared quite a fair bit about how you've been doing art for quite a long time.
Yeah.
Can you share with us when was the first time you fell in love with art? And because it seems like you kind of like believe in the transformative power of the arts and how you can help people and so on, right? When did you realize about that transformation?
It's not, because when I first started painting, or I think I like art, but I have not been really like a good painting or drawing myself.
Okay.
My first experience was when I was in P6.
Okay.
It was exam, PSLE, the night before. And then for some inspiration reason, because after study was so stressed, right, I took out a magazine, some kind of TV magazine, and then I start sketching those, advertisement.
Yeah.
And that time there is very popular Hong Kong movie
Okay.
and an Asian girl. So I just draw her, and I was so surprised by my drawing. I draw so well. And I didn't think I can draw, but because that time was stressful. And then I just take that moment and just do drawing. And it turned out quite well.
Okay.
And then I feel very peaceful and calm. But I didn't think anything about it.
Okay.
Only until like life moved on and I go to take all different courses, helping children comes about. And only when I come to this business, then I saw how beautifully things are being put together. So I've been doing art for a long time, and then so I like painting, using acrylic painting and stuff like that. But I wouldn't say my skill was tip top, good enough that I'm able to help children. I think because as a teacher, we know how to break down into simple, basic form to help children draw. So when you look at the picture, right, it's actually not difficult. But what people tend to do is they don't look at what need to go in first. They just paint what they see, and then after that make a lot of mistakes, and they need to re-correct those mistakes. And that's where the art sometimes can become messy. Or their art, they do not know how to mix the color, they do not know how to blend properly. But because as a teacher, as a background, and then with knowledge in art, I know how to guide people into the base. So that we start from the base, what can be added, and then to make it look beautiful.
In other words, like, I mean, this is my point of view.
Sure.
Like, for example, you want to draw a nose, for example. Then what I see in TikTok and all is they will start with a triangle first.
Something like this.
And then they will split the triangle and then they will add some basic shapes.
Yes,
so that is how you break down art.
Yes, exactly. And then, but because they are children, so sometimes we don't make it too rigid. Because my goal is I want the children to feel that art is not a difficult subject. Art is enjoyable. Art is fun. Art actually brings you joy. So my purpose in the art school that art studio is to make art fun again. So that it is enjoyable, it is passion. You can see yourself growing in your passion. You can see yourself growing in your confidence.
Okay.
So I do tell parents sometimes, if let's say the child, because children comes in different ability. So some can do lots more better, and some like guidance, some does not. So we go according to where the child is at. And then some painting look very nice because teacher guide very closely, because children allow teachers to guide very closely. But some children don't. You guide them, they snatch your brush away. So when they do that, we have to allow it. So then, so we will know that the child is not ready to be guided. And then we just teach as best as we can. Picture, some parents understand, and parents also don't expect it to be perfect looking. But some parents want the picture to look really nice so they can be displayed on the wall. Then we will continue guiding the children to, and might even help a little bit with corrections. But at the end of the day, a lot of it is done by the children. So when we break it into small parts, right, it's actually achievable.
Okay. Wow, I didn't learn this from my art teacher last time.
Allow me to break down what you just shared with the audience. So technically, you try to make art not so chim.
Yes, right? Exactly.
And then the second one is you teach them the basics and the fundamentals.
Yes.
And then the third one is you put the fun in fundamental.
Yes, exactly. That's right. That's right.
And so that's why. And on top of all that, you are using that as a practical way to counsel them.
Not all children. Honestly, this is my skill in terms of helping the children using my practical counseling skill. But I also tell parents, say, not all children need that. So they just come for doing art. And I will use only when parents really face issues with the child and they cannot handle. Then they will share with me and needing my help. So when sometimes parents want a perfect child, they will like, no, she's not focused, or then like, play too much, or like angry, or like, some control. I mean, we know all of us have things like this, right? Not all of them need to be dealt with. Sometimes we just need them to be calmed down, and maybe after that they can talk through it and it'll be okay. So I do share with parents, say, generally not all children need that practical counselling. But my practical counselling comes in when parents are really facing issues with the child that they cannot help. Example, maybe the child is ADHD and autism, and they really have hard time in school. Or the child is after study, work very hard, parents spend a lot of tuition, and yet the results are failing. So it's a deeper issue. Or the child is having performance, like maybe they are having some performance, maybe they are like in competition or whatever, and then they come to a point whereby they are not doing well already, or like they got stuck. So that's the part where I feel I can come in to be the bridge. To help to understand the child, what they are going through, to help the parent understand what the child is going through. Then I can advise both sides. So both sides can have alignment. And at the end of the day, right, is me and the parents need to support the child. And the child to feel that no matter what happened, they are going to be all right. We are going to understand them. We are going to be behind them. We are going to be supporting them. So this is what that practical counselling comes in very helpful. So I help children in terms of like maybe they are very angry all the time. Why? What was the thing that caused them to be angry? Or the child has nightmare. Why is she having nightmare every night and cry? Or the child is having difficulty going to school. What was the thing? Or the child having difficult time getting prepared for school, you know, or like the night before, keep crying before they sleep. So in all these are the emotional things that the child is going through. And sometimes parents, like, you know, because they keep repeating and they just
we don't know what to do.
Yeah, exactly. They don't know what to do already. So that's when getting help would be helpful. So I felt like, so I personally feel like if I say parents see this part of the child that is very important, the emotional well-being, being important, right? The child will thrive, the child will do well when you take care of that part of their life. In a very interesting way, because when we see child that way, right? Every one of us, there's a child inside us, and we will once before maybe go through like what they went through. So that's the part that when parents can identify, then we can have a better understanding the child and not straight away label them or straight away, you know, like having a judgmental or having a self-righteous thoughts towards the children. So this is where the therapeutic art comes in, the practical comes in, and I call this program the Growth Art Program.
Growth Art Program.
Growth Art Program.
Growth Art.
Okay, before we get to the Growth Art, just now you mentioned about sometimes the child will like do certain things before something else is being done, right? So I want to ask this question on behalf of Nazrin, who's not here, because I think his son always like to procrastinate when he asked to shower. Is there an issue that probably needs to be solved, perhaps?
Right.
Or is that like fine, just leave
is
it?
that like a normal things with children?
Right. I think parents, that's why the boundary comes in both ways. Be it what causes the delay. Is it the child do not want to do something after the shower? We do not know. What was the thing after the shower? Is it because straight away after shower must go and sleep?
Must sleep.
We don't know.
So that is inside the mind they already delay.
It could be.
Okay.
They just wanted to have more time. Or like the child just want to relax, but the parent is like keep pushing them, do this thing, you know. So we do not know. But so we need to identify first. Or the child might be, you know, because they are doing something halfway and they didn't want to stop. So that's when the parent need to know, like observe, set boundaries, and also maybe it's like a structure. You need to have a structure in the household, basically. Like a structure, one that this is done and then this. It could also be children, sometimes because they don't listen, right? Then they will know, like if I do this, the parent will give in to me. Then I don't need to listen. So we do not know what is the reason for that delay. I need to probably talk to the parent more and talk to the child more.
So then you can figure out the underlying factor.
Exactly.
Wow,
exactly.
That's interesting.
Because every household, every child comes differently. They go through things in their mind differently. So be it like defiant. It could be a defiant thing. Or it could be just the child just wanting to have relaxed time. Or the child just busy doing something halfway and they hate to be disturbed. Or the child just do not want to face the fact that after shower they got to do this already. We do not know.
Must tell Nazrin to listen to this.
So to have to discover them. But at the end of the day, I would tell parents, say, actually you're the best person to know your child. So parents need to know that they are the best person. When our help comes in, it's just another eye behind you, around you, to
checking
give
the
you
blind spot.
Yeah, correct. Then after we give you guidance, and you'll still be the best person to help your child because you're with the child the whole time.
Okay, so talking about that, right? Like they are the best person to actually know about the child. Let's backtrack a bit about yourself. When you were raising your own daughter, right? I think just now you mentioned about your focus at that point of time is more towards the cognitive. So that means it's more towards like making sure that the education, they get the best education. And I think this is a common thing with Singaporeans, or I don't know, maybe Asians, I'm not too sure. Like we really want to make sure that they study very well, right? And they do very well in school, right?
The best in class.
But whatever that you are advocating right now, was it the case back then when you were raising your own daughter? And like if it is or if it's not, like how or what was your strategy back then when you were raising your own daughter?
Back then, because I already have always been believing that children have to feel happy when they're learning. If let's say they are being forced, right, the learning will not be well.
Okay.
So those times when I was like so-called putting in a lot of contents to help my child learn, I really learn a lot of things. Like memory game, foreign languages, IQ game.
Foreign languages also.
Yeah, so I had to listen to a lot of foreign languages. And then exposure.
Yeah.
And then we do a lot of IQ game, memory games. And then also, I think that's the part. Because when I had her, and when I'm at childcare, she's already like slightly older. So I didn't really had so much of the activity that I did with the children in my childcare with her. I felt like those children with me in my childcare were actually benefited a lot. Being a more mature educator. And I know how to put things together now. Whereas my daughter didn't have that kind of benefit. But I do my best lah. So, but what I did was, I ensure that she has a good feeling learning things. So I never like scold her in the learning. And then also bring her for enrichment school or enrichment classes, right? My very consciously, I will remember that the journey to go there has to be good
pleasant
feeling,
also.
pleasant. And then when she finished the class, when I meet her, it also has to be pleasant. So I had that conscious effort. I made a very conscious effort in that area. That's why when she go to church, because the children has this children church services, you know. And then I would like, you know, prep her that it's going to be so fun. You know, you're going to learn this thing, you're going to learn that thing. And then you come back, it's like so excited to see her. And what I did, a little trick I did was, because I don't allow her to take sweet, but I will allow her to take sweet after I pick her from church. I give her a little bit of the sweet and put her inside her mouth. So that it's a pleasant feeling when she come out of the class.
So you influence her emotions before she go to the church, like, oh, it's going to be fun, you're going to learn, blah, blah.
But I didn't make it into like a natural. So I don't make it in a very forced way. So I remember being very cautious in this area. Likewise, when she go for ballet, she was doing ballet, the same thing. But having said that, it's not that I never make mistakes when I was in my business, because I was so busy. For that 1 year, it was a terrible time. And because I was so rushing as I do my business, and it really affected her. I sent her to ballet class very late. She loved ballet and she was very good. But that time when she was 5, I sent her to class very late. And I picked her almost half an hour to 45 minutes late. So she was sitting at a corner by herself. So, and that went on for 6 months. And after that, she refused to dance for 1 year. Wow, it was so painful for me. Because she's very good. So that is a awakening to me. Like when I didn't manage myself, I affected her. So that was a big thing for me. And then I have to, when I bring her back again to her interest, I didn't force as well. I have to slowly influence her. I remember I have to ask her, does she want to try ballet again? Then she said no, she doesn't want. Then I say, okay, that is okay. So a few months later, then I asked her, I bring her to see some kind of ballet classes and stuff like that. Then I asked her one more time. Then this time around, she said, okay, I can go and see. So when we went there, I also didn't force her to sign up straight away. Then slowly she sees the children having fun and she go and join them. So then she willing to try again. And that's when she picked up ballet one more time. Just thinking, wow, like, of what I believe maybe parents here recently, things that you went through might affect the child, but then the child is resilient. You just need to do it right. So I'm glad that I was able to help her come back, and then she able to do well again for the next 10 over years in the ballet. So I was like, okay, anyway, it's a journey.
But I'm sure after that you were very relieved.
I was relieved because she's very good. It's a passion. And then she's talented as well.
Mm.
So the teachers always tell me that she's very good, very talented girl.
Okay.
So it was good. Yeah.
Let's lighten the mood.
Okay. I think just now before I'm so sorry just now because I kind of like interrupted you a little bit because you said something about growth art.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so I wanted to find out a bit more, like what is the difference between like growth art and I think normal or regular
normal art school, right?
Yeah.
Or therapeutic art. Actually,
Therapeutic
growth
art,
art is the practical counseling name, but the school is called therapeutic art, which is I use therapeutic art to help children. So I make my environment comfortable, soft music, so it's very relaxing, and the children can take their time to painting. I say 1 hour, but if I say the older children wants to stay longer and they can afford the time, parents don't mind, I actually do allow them to stay if my place allow them, like not crowded. So I basically, I feel the importance of the process of them enjoying that they are having a great time painting. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So that therapeutic art comes in, and why is it different? For normal art school, they will probably have a curriculum and they chase after the curriculum. And the children probably all paint the same thing. They are very careful with their techniques, what strokes to do, what color to make. So those are the technical part. So I think art school has its benefit because they take it like a subject.
Okay.
And that's where normal art school is.
Okay.
Whereas for my therapeutic art is where parents wants to nurture the child passion. And then not so much as like it become another subject. And I appreciate parents who has this mindset because then they see the importance of the child's emotion, whereby it is not just like lesson after lesson. So parents who are smart who know how to use my place. I share with you some example.
Okay.
That this parent, the child has full day tuition.
Okay.
Right, because my place there got a lot of tuition center. Tuition. Go different places, right? So, but then what this parent did was, in between, they actually let the child come and do art with me.
Oh, okay. To let them relax and also take a break.
Correct. Then after that, the child go back to tuition again. So it was good.
In between.
Exactly. So I thought like, wow, this is a strategy like the parent that the child can. And then the child can look forward to come to art class. Like morning, they go tuition, they know they're going to come art class, they're very happy. Then after that painting, they go to tuition again. So that was a good example that I felt the parent did. Another good example was this parent actually sent the child to do art school.
Oh, okay.
One to mine for therapeutic, then sent to another proper art school for techniques. Okay.
Oh.
Quite interesting, right?
Yeah.
Because she herself is a teacher, so she knows, I think teacher knows because when they are teacher, they see children all the time. I think they understand this part. Okay, then I got another good example of parent who know how to use what we provide in school is this. Because we don't paint as everybody paint the same thing. The children come in to choose what they like to paint. Be it like they want to paint cartoon, they want to paint animals, they want to paint flowers, they want to paint landscape. We let them choose what they like to paint. Okay. And be it like something that they learn from school and then it's the same team and they want to paint. So it's very open, right? So what the parent did was the child, the dad himself was a wildlife, working with wildlife. Okay. So, and the girl, basically she loved wildlife too. So she went to a lot of zoos, she went to a lot of safari and stuff like that, right? So she's pretty interested. And what the dad did was, her painting of wildlife, and he set up a website for her. A website of a painting. Okay. And then get those kind of demand prints on T-shirt company, and her pictures that she painted was printed on T-shirt. And people buy. Wow. So whatever that she raised, her artwork, right, was able to raise enough money to help to educate the money donation to educate 2 children 1 whole year of education in a third world country. Can you imagine a 9-year-old girl having this in your portfolio, so-called, in your pocket, that your work is able to sell and help somebody for 1 whole year, and not just only one, and it's 2 children. So I think this is the power of how parents can use the strength of what we do, and then the strength of the child, and how to boost up the child's confidence. Another parent, what she did was the child painting. She make it into a calendar of the year.
Oh.
So at the end of the year, right, this calendar, which all the child's painting, become a Christmas present for all the friends and the relatives.
That's so thoughtful and
exactly. The child feels so
unique.
special, right? Like, wow, my artwork, as a present for everybody. Another mom, this one is amazing because she is from a church group. So a lot of families in the church. And the boy come to class on every Saturday.
Okay.
So before she comes Saturday, she will tell the child, your painting today is for who? Which family? And then the next day, the boy will give this to that family as a gift. So it's like so multiple use, right? Like the connection, the community relationship. The child feels so good to give to an uncle and an auntie. The person who receives it feels so special that, this child paint for me. Then they put it in the house when they visit. Then the family go and visit the family. The painting is there. So that there are so many ways to encourage each other. So this is the wonderful thing that how parents can boost.
Utilize.
Exactly, like you find ways, you find creative ways to want to nurture your child's confidence. And there are so many ways to do it if you're creative.
So it's not only about rewarding. I mean, like one of the common rewards is give them ice cream. So
exactly.
these kind of things will also help them.
A lot. Can you imagine like your work is like so special, like somebody value your work. What you do is valuable. What you do is really nice, good enough for my wall, good enough for somebody as a present. So that's why in my studio, the children don't just only paint on canvas, they actually can paint on tote bag, they can paint on umbrella, they can paint on even a drawstring bag, they can even paint on pebbles. So all these things can become gift. So I have children at the end give it as a friend's birthday for present, for friends, even on t-shirt, paint for friends, or they paint for parents as a gift, parents, friends, auntie, uncles, grandparents, siblings, and all this can become, like a present for people. So their painting become very useful. I have another very awesome story. This grandma raised the grandchildren. So the grandma, what the grandma did was, the girl will paint little pouch, and then this little pouch ends up as she paints so many pouches throughout the whole year of painting with us, end up as a present for so many neighbors, a lot of aunties, a lot of teachers. So her painting all the time is gift for people. And you can imagine that is like, you nurture the child heart, her gratitude towards people, her appreciation for people. What she do is for somebody. That kind of heart, it's not just teaching.
And you can't get that from school also.
Exactly. It's not just only from just like reading or like from teaching or like asking them to do. The child herself in the process will nurture those kind of heart, those kind of loving heart, those kind of thinking about other people, those kind of giving heart. So valuable.
Okay, Elfin. I mean, it has been a lot of amazing stories with your past students. And I think we take a break. But on the second part, the first question I want to ask you is, like all the despite having the different what's this called, different ways that the students can actually I lost my train of thought.
It's okay, come, let me close the episode for you. Okay, so you guys have heard all the amazing stories from Elfin, and I think we do want to hear more.
Yes.
And I actually love one of the quote that you actually shared before, which is, it's better to build a strong child than to repair a broken adult. So if you guys want to find out how to do that, I think Elfin's going to share a lot more stories. And
and I remember my question already.
Okay, go.
No, my question is, if let's say we as parents, we already have done the mistake, like making studying a bad experience, how can we actually reverse this situation? So wait for part 2 and you'll find out more.
Right, see you. Bye-bye.